do to kind of get going and start scoring some goals finally?
Well, I think really just we went to the net hard. I mean, we threw pucks there. We stayed at the net. We retrieved pucks. We used all 5 players on the ice. We used the points. Good puck possession down low. Just a really good energy. But we stayed at the net. And you look at two things. You stayed at the net and battled there, and you were relentless on pucks. I mean, a good example of the goals. First one, Boyd's right at the net. We threw a puck there. Gets redirected in. The second one, which was a huge goal, real late in the period. Most guys, puck goes down the ice, they just go, we'll just, wait for the next period. Hornquist went down, was battling with kept whacking at the puck, and Wilson came behind him and found a loose puck and scored a huge goal right at, that one had to hurt them. It did. It gave us a boost, and then Sully got a Sully goal. Just there was a loose puck, stayed with it, took it to the net, and put it around Mace. So those were real huge. I just thought that we stayed relentless, and a good example was really that second goal, because that's an easy play to just say, hey, we'll go into the next period and be down 2-1, but we just stayed on it, and to me that's great. Especially 2 young guys like Hornquist and Wilson. Those are a little bit of our future, and then Sully, our present and a little bit of our past, getting a big goal. So we need contributions right through the lineup, and we sort of got that.
You noted last week when Hornquist scored that one off the rush, you kind of had 2 more tonight the same way. What's kind of developing that you're starting to get some more of those goals?
Well, we're just moving our feet. We're trying to get to the net. Get over the blue line. I think it's really important that you look at teams that score goals. They get the real strong middle lane drive, and guys are driving there, and it opens up different avenues to get the puck to. And if worst case scenario, you throw it at the net and you got a guy going hard, and if the goaltender is not firm on the puck, then all of a sudden you're going to get rebounded, you're going to draw a penalty, a lot of good things happen from that.
A couple of the players indicated that the St. Louis's first goal kind of ticked them off in a good way, and they kind of tried to carry it forward. What was the explanation to you on that?
Yeah, well, it just said that the goal went in before there was contact, and I'll have to look at it again, but that was the explanation, and if that was correct, then the referees were right. So that actually, we talked before the game that you've got to be, we want to play playoff hockey right down to the end, so that prepares us for the playoffs. And we weren't as engaged as we needed to, and we had 2 slow starts the last couple of games here, and actually 3 if I go back to the Florida game. And we talked about, if you're going to play playoff hockey, it's got to be, the involvement of intensity, that has to be there, commitment has to be there, and emotion has to be there. And really, and not until they scored their first goal did we get really emotional about it. And then we really engaged, and I thought from that point on, we were pretty good. We were, for the most part, really engaged, intense, and started becoming relentless. And even when they scored the second goal, we didn't back off. We actually got stronger.
Part of that emotion, Wilson engaging in that fight, seemed to
game as well. Yeah, I mean they came out with purpose, and they came out with a real physical mindset. And you look at young Wilson, who scored a big goal, got in a big fight, first NHL fight. Wade Belak took on a big guy in King. You saw how many scrums did you see out there? It was a physical hard game, which that's what you want to play. Those ones you come out, you might have a couple bumps and bruises, but I think it's a little more fulfilling than a real light game, and not a lot of contact, not a lot of your emotion. So I look at it as a real positive.
Is it encouraging to win that physical type of game that they'll see in the playoffs, especially for the young guys who haven't been there yet?
Yeah, absolutely. I think that if you see that those games are going to be like that. They're going to be physical. They're going to be hard. We've had a few of them in March here, and then obviously tonight was one of those, and we've responded well to that, and we'll continue to respond well. And some of our more physical guys that you look at, I use Hornquist and Wilson. They've really stepped it up physically in terms of going to the net and winning those battles. And and that has to translate to everyone on our roster, all 23, because that's the way the game's going to be played right now, and it's going to be a little bit of trench warfare where you're not going to have much time and space. You're going to really have to fight to get on the forecheck. You're going to have to fight to get to the front of the net. You're going to have to fight to get back. You're going to have to do all those things, and it's not a real easy game to play. It's a determined game that you have to play, and you got to play hard, and you got to step up, show up, and compete. And I thought guys did that tonight.
Heck is saved late, just in case
Yeah.
of somebody keeping focus throughout.
Yeah, that was really huge. I mean, we had people back, and a pretty nifty player jumped by us and threw us, and Pex came through with a really big save, and he's done that during March here, and so is Danny. And here nothing's ever going to be perfect. I mean, I thought Mace made some really big saves, especially on the power play. In the second period, we were throwing it pretty good at the net, and he didn't flinch. So, goaltenders are sharp. Team guys are sharp. They're committed. Everybody's sort of all in terms of their commitment right now.
2-2 hurting or just a match?
No, it was just a healthy scratch. Just felt that with the bigger body and King, that sort of sent the indication it was going to be a real physical game. So I don't think Toots is as tough as they come, but he's not as big as King, so we put Wade in there to keep things quiet.
You plan on taking Arna on the road, or?
I haven't talked to Arnie. I know he skated today. I talked to him earlier today, but I haven't talked to him after the game here. So I know he's going to probably practice with us tomorrow, and that decision will probably be made at that time unless he tells me something different here. So, but I haven't really talked to him, so we'll just have to just see tomorrow.
What about Graveshaw?
Greb is back. We're going to ramp him up a little bit. He won't play. I don't expect him to play before the end of the regular season here. So, but he's going to get ramped up this week in terms of the physical part of the things that he can do. All right.
Thanks, Mayor.
Thank you.
Thank you.